Hello, everybody. Hellcrex here, and welcome to another Mercenary Thoughts from the Inner Sphere, episode 219. And today we're going to be talking about the 70-ton mech, the Hercules. Well, the Hercules is, I don't know. It's another one of those kitchen sink style designs that come out in the 30, 55 buck, where it's like, hey, we need to rush something to the front line and just see what would stick. Now, at 70 tons, it's a 580. So how do you get 580? Well, obviously, it's got XL engines. But it also has ferrofibrous armor. So, it's got 197 points. It's like 10 short, 20 short, something like that, of maximum. So, yeah, it could use another ton of armor on this thing, but with ferrofibrous, you'd probably max this thing out. Now, it does have 12 double heat sinks, so it's sort of oversynced, undersynced. I guess it depends on how you look at it. With weapon systems on board, so most of the time it's going to be oversynced. Now, it has an ERPPC in the right torso. It has a LBX-10 in the right arm with 2 tons of ammo, so you can go shotgun mode or slug. So that's not bad. Now, the worst thing about this is you're putting all your heavy weapons on one side. So I'm a balanced kind of person. I like to have, if I got something like a PPC in the right arm, I'd rather have another heavy weapon in the left arm or left torso or something like that. So if you lose one area, you're not losing everything. But in this case, when you got XL engines, if you lose the right torso, it's a done dinner anyway. So I guess it really doesn't matter. It has an SRM-2 streak in the left torso with a ton of ammo. And I'm not a big fan of the streak system myself when it comes to SRM-2s, especially Inner Sphere ones. I'd rather just give me a couple medium lasers instead. And then we have an anti-missile system, which is not unuseful. It can be very handy, especially if you're trying to take out, get in close against some like elementals or something. But this mech really doesn't have the firepower to take out a point of elementals to begin with. And then that's in the center torso, and it does have the ammo in the left torso. And then for some reason, it has 2 small pulse lasers in the right and left torso to the rear. You're just kind of, to me, that's just like wasting tonnage. Then you have a medium pulse laser in the left arm. Now, personally, I'd either give me a second medium pulse laser or a couple medium lasers with those 2 small pulse lasers they got facing to the rear. Personally, that's the way I look at it. It's like, give me something that is useful over the course of the lifespan of this mech. Because, yeah, sure, you can get stuff behind you and have a secondary target to shoot behind, but you're talking with small pulse lasers, really short range. And it's small pulse lasers, like 2 of them are not a deterrent against elementals, so what's the purpose of them, really? Because if someone's like 3 hexes away from you in your rear arc, that is, well, I'll just say they have to be point blank range and behind you on your 6 to be able to make good use of them. So, yeah, I'd rather have a couple medium lasers facing forward, or maybe 1 more medium laser and some more armor. Because this thing has XL engines, and I'd rather have all my maxed out armor as possible. So it's one of these mechs, like when I first got the book and I looked at it and going, okay, I'll look at it. Oh, yeah. It's like, first thing I would probably have done was like, all right, rip out the SRM-2 streak. That's got to go. Give me a couple more medium lasers and maybe a half ton more armor. All right. So to go with the ferrofibers. So that will be the one thing I'd probably do right off the bat. I like the LBX-10 for what it brings to the table, because I like the fact that if you have a mech that is got some armor missing someplace, hey, do the shotgun mode. It's like my last game we had. It's like you get a mech that has some open spots, hit them with shotgun. and try to get some crits. So yeah, it's like I'm fully behind it. Now the only problem is with the LBX-10, yeah, you're looking at 11 tons plus, the ammo to go with. So you got 13 tons. It does 10 points of damage possibly. And then you got an ERPPC sitting there, which does 10 points of damage without the shotgun mode. So, it's here nor there. So basically you could have gave it a second ERPPC and then use that extra 6 tons to give it, 4 more heat sinks, more armor, and some more medium lasers, and actually maybe turn this into more like a upscaled Warhammer, maybe, a little faster Warhammer style. All right, you could go that route. So there's some thoughts about that. Now, being it's a 5.8 mover, yeah, you're getting a little bit more extra movement. It's like, it's one of these mechs that you're better off, being it's a 5.8, you probably use it into the flankers, more your fast mover cavalry. It's not a scout recon anything mech, but, if you had some Shadow Hawks and some other mechs like that, they're all 5s, this might be a good lance leader, possibly. When it comes to throwing it into the heavies, well, most of your heavies you're going to find are going to be 4.6 movers. So putting a 5.8 in there is going to give it some more movement, but it might mean that, if you get a really ambitious player, they're going to probably actually get it out there in front too quickly and get it focused down and killed pretty quick. So that could be a detriment for it being that a faster. So it might be better off being tossed into a medium lance as a lance leader. So that's kind of like how I looked at this mech from the get-go. So you got to watch it. You got to shepherd it. And it's like any mech that I find that has XL engines that are inner sphere has to be shepherded and watched out for what it might get itself into trouble. You can find yourself getting into trouble pretty quickly. And let me tell you, you face off against the clans, a mech like this doesn't have a very long lifespan. When a star of clan mechs, if they're not using the optional rule of focusing down mechs, they can kill this thing in one turn. And which is pretty evident. The guys that were playing in our last game, that the first time they ever played clan mechs, were like, whoa, we're losing a mech a turn. It's like, yeah, like clans will kill things quickly. They don't wait around. It's like you can play a really quick game playing clan stuff, especially against Inner Sphere. If they focus down on anything, this mech would die in a turn. Because all you gotta do is take out a torso. And to take a torso out of one of these things, you're looking at 37 points of damage. So a couple PPCs and maybe an autocannon, and this mech's dead. There you go. Or, a large pulse laser and a couple PPCs, and, you're done dinner. And if you had some ER medium lasers, heck, they could do that also, or medium pulse lasers from clan. So it doesn't take long to kill something like that. Now, there are a few options. Now, one thing I would do, like I did say, is probably drop those 2 medium pulse lasers or small pulse lasers off the back and give it case, if possible. That'd be the factory thing I would do. Put case on this thing, protect the pilot, and then maybe give it another medium pulse or medium laser or something like that. So there's some ideas what I had to go through my head. Now there is the Hercules, the 9001 version. This replaces the anti-missile system for a second streak launcher. To me, I personally, I'd rather have the anti-missile system than the extra streak, because odds are you probably are going to get shot a lot with missiles. So there you go. And then we have the 9003, which uses Dark Age stuff. Yeah, it's error and I don't care much for, but it uses composite structure to free up mass for an ultra cannon. And we know how I feel then it puts on case 2 and an ECM system. Okay, I like the ECM. I prefer having ECM. That's another option you could do, is with those 2 tons that you have wrapped up in those small pulse lasers. You could put an ECM on this and another half ton of armor, which would probably give you 9 more points, which is not bad. That's one thing you could do also. That wouldn't take a factory refit or tearing a mech apart, put case on. So, but I'm not a fan of the Ultra 10. I'd rather have an LBX 10 myself, just because I like the shotgun effect versus having to re-roll to see if you get a second 10-pointer. All right, you're paying the price of the heat, but you're not possibly getting the extra bonus of it. And I've never been a fan of that concept. But at least, it's like, well, you do the same thing with LRMs, and it's like auto cannon or the LBX. But yes, but that's just to see how many missiles hit. That's a spread. It's like they're all you hit, but how many of them did hit. And then we got the Hercules 9004. This is based on the 9003 model, but it replaces the ECM with Blue Shield. And Blue Shield, that is, what is, it's a particle field dampener. All right. Let's see, did equipped with a PPC fire, notorious unreliable units. After roughly a minute of operation, dust and other miscellaneous debris sucked in began to adversely affect the damp and resulting in a shutdown of the system. To delay the problem, mech warriors were known to shut down the Blue Shield or no enemies. Like, what the heck does a Blue Shield do? I don't know. We're talking. I've never seen this. We're talking later systems way down the line, and an era that I've never played. Game rules: Blue Shield occupied 1 critical slot and weighs 3 tons. All standard scale PPC damage, including support PPC fires, reduced by half. Okay, so basically it's a reduces PPC fire, okay, for 3 tons. So yeah, okay, you learn something every day. And let's see, that's pretty much it when it comes to the Hercules. It's not a mech that I'm will write home about, that I think is really overly exciting. It has some problems. It had some minor tweaks you can do it to make it better. But still, it's once again a Intersphere mech with XL engines. It has 3 slots. You lose a torso in there, you're done dinner. So that is pretty much it. That's the Hercules in a nutshell. Will it be something that if I picked up, it's going to be one of those mechs that, okay, I got a Hercules I picked up. Guess what? It's going on the open market. I'm going to sell it or trade it for something that's a little more standardized without the XLs. So, hey, give me a Warhammer instead. I'll trade you a Warhammer for this brand new spanking Hercules. Here you go. Give me that. All right. So that's it. That is the Hercules. Hope you guys like it. Like and subscribe, share with your friends, and we'll see you in the next one. Hellcrex out.